There's that sound again.
Got a really exciting new video today because I've upgraded, added to the camera gear on the channel. And that new gear is, oh, let it focus, I hope, is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 ultra wide angle lens. Now, I'd already fallen in love with the Sigma 30mm. That's kind of why I went with this one. I read a bunch of reviews. They're singing its praise. It came out very recently as well. It's incredible price performance, sharp, great autofocus for being a non-native lens. And to test it out, I've hunted down a really, really cool bridge in the Japanese countryside, which ultra-wide angle lenses, because of their distortion, kind of the aspects and features, characteristics of it, it's an ideal subject for shooting this. And we're going to do, of course, some videography with it as well. I'm going to switch making this video between the Sigma 30mm and the 16mm, see what kind of performance I can get out of it, and all the while going on this cool adventure into the Japanese countryside. So I hope you enjoy the video. Let's have some fun. Let's get going. So now here's one of the basic things that I can do because I have an ultra wide angle lens that I couldn't before, which is vlogging in an enclosed space or with a Joby pod. So the reason for this is you got a big wide angle so you can be up close to the camera, but I'd use this time now to like talk a little bit why you want to use vlogging with an ultra wide angle lens as little as possible. Like if I have to use a Joby pod, sure. If I'm in an enclosed space, sure. And that's awesome to now have that utility. But say for example, I could set the shot up anywhere else where I didn't have to be so close to the camera or I wasn't walking with it, it would be a bad idea to use this lens. So an ultra wide angle lens, the characteristic that you use it for creatively is that it gives you a big foreground and a very far away background. But what that means is it distorts what's in the foreground. And so if I'm in the foreground, it distorts me. So whenever possible, don't vlog with an ultra wide angle lens. Vlog with something that's closer to 30 or 50 because it'll be a more natural representation of the features on your face. It won't distort them. Long story short, videography, photography is better when you know what you're doing with the lenses. Surprise, motherfuckers! Okay, pulled over here at the side of the road, switched off the lens because I can make it stationary, no need for the warped face. The 30mm back on here because I found this really cool bridge, and I keep talking about bridges being really cool for wide angle lenses, and I think this would be a good way to stretch my legs and test it out before I get to the main event. And as well, this area is reminding me of Nico in that it's gotten a little more mountainous, the geography is a lot more interesting. And so, like anyone would when they live in this kind of area, you build your houses up the side of hills, and it looks really cool. I like that, especially then once you toss in the sort of Japanese-inspired architecture details that you have. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this bridge, get a few shots of these houses on the hill. It'll be a good way to stretch the legs. I hope that the weather holds out because I'm looking around now and it's starting to get kind of ugly, and if it rains that would suck, but I'll work with whatever the elements throw at me here. So let's get started, get the other lens on. basically what? Russell, am I losing you? Oh no. Russell? I'm losing my signal, I think, because I'm in such a boonies place, Russ. My signal's getting a bit shitey. Okay, I've arrived safely. It was crazy in the last little bit how I'm sure you saw the geography change. It got really hilly. It's losing signal all over the place. And when there was snowfall that is totally melted where I'm living, like there's still so much of that left here because of the raised elevation. So I think I see a sign up there that can show where we need to go. And then it's a short matter of time before we hunt down this sweet, sweet bridge and put this lens to even further tests with the photography aspect. Let's go do it. Should be interesting. You should see behind me just how incredibly popular this time of year is to visit this place. Somehow I will find my way through all the people, but there's no avoiding when it's packed, you know. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it is this suspension bridge that I'm going to look for. And it's saying 800 meters that way. So let the adventure begin. So yeah, not very popular. I'm the only one here. There's nobody else. I kind of like that actually though, because it means it's just you and I in this meditative place with not a bunch of crowds, and I can explore it freely without being annoyed by everybody and there being too many people. And I've noticed behind me here there's this tributary that runs along the side of the road. Ugh, camera's shaking. Runs along the side of the road, and right behind me is a little path that leads down to it, so I can get some really, really cool shots there as well. This is going to be quite the mega load of photography that I get done today, let alone the kind of cool adventure that I'm on. Let's go check it out. It's right here. I'll show you. Come with me. Oh shit. Don't slip. Don't drop the camera. Okay. Probably being a little unwisely risky here, but I can see a spot over there that would make for some even more awesome pictures, so I'm gonna try and traverse a little bit of questionable ground and then set up there. What's life without a little danger, right? Okay, so it could be said, and it would be correct, that I'm easily distracted, and when I was talking about I got to get to this bridge before the sun goes down, that has remained true while I mess around here along this water side. So quickly back to the trail. Let's get to that bridge and go and see the main event before the sun actually does go down, and then I really am screwed. Okay, so this is in fact the bridge. I found the right place. I didn't take us on a wild goose chase. So I'm gonna take a couple of different shots from around here, and then I've noticed on a sign that I'll show you over here, it looks like you can go up to maybe a temple or something that's a little further along the trail, something I didn't know about. And when I'm here for an adventure and a little bit of discovery, not just to check out this bridge and snap a few shots, that would be cool to see too. So we'll go check that out as the final destination for this video. But for now, pictures of the bridge and kind of giving you guys a scale of what it looks like minus all the fall leaves. So this says camp, so I guess maybe there's a campsite that you can stay at. That'd be really cool too. Camp here? This would be a great place to camp. That's just up here, and then further is the shrine. No word of a lie, I just saw this this trail leads up into the woods, and it kind of vaguely seemed to be in the direction of where this temple might be, but it's gotten very Blair Witchy very fast, so I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't a little bit nervous, and I don't know exactly where it's going, but hey, again, what's life without a little danger, a little excitement? And this looks really, really cool. If I do a slow pan around, you guys can see the kind of area I'm in. It's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful with these, I believe, cedar trees that are growing here. I'm not sure what the Japanese word is for that, but really beautiful trees. So I'll go a little bit further. If I don't get eaten, go a little bit further. But if this goes on for too long, yeah, we'll see. Okay, doing a little better here. Pushing past that Hansel and Gretel feeling. A little more uplifting now, especially seeing that sign. It's been really cool photography that I've been able to do in here as well. Lots of great opportunities. That sign back there was really, really cool. And I think we're actually closing in on what I'm hoping now is the temple, is the shrine. Well, there's how long I have to go. It's a little bit further. I didn't realize it's actually a little bit. Oh well, that's fine. That's totally fine. Like I say, I think it's gonna be worth it, and with the power of editing, we'll like arrive there like that, right? Definitely got that, you know. Are you a man or are you a mouse? You just keep going, you push through the fear. It's just a mountain, no big deal. There was a point though where it was like windy and the trees were blowing together, the wind was blowing the trees and they were all rubbing together, making weird sounds. Pretty disconcerting when you're making your way through a place like this alone. But now I'm feeling more brave. There's that sound again. I mean, now that I know what it was, but when I first heard it, I was like, I was down setting up a shot and freaked the f out of me. But yeah, it's a little more innocent now that I know what it is. Onwards. One thing I will say, and I'm reminded of it every time I go out and I do a trip like this, is that it's not the things that you expect to find, it's the unexpected that you end up looking back on and enjoying so much. I knew the bridge would be kind of cool, but it's past season, so you know, it's not going to be as good as it could be. But that okay, ha, that's going in. That stays in. It's like that shop that was so unexpectedly awesome, and then this where I'm like, I'm on a journey to the top of the mountain. I think there's gonna be a shrine there, and the payoff's so cool when you find the unexpected things. Really enjoy that aspect of going out on an adventure. A little bit further. Did it. Oh. We made it up to the top of the mountain, and there's nothing here except for a deep sense of satisfaction for having climbed a mountain. It's really windy, so I hope that's not hurting the mic too much, but this was an awesome video to make. So much fun to test out this lens. It's performed so well. And yeah, from the way that the images pop to the way that you can frame shots because of the angles, whew, I am tired. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of like I was talking about earlier. It's like you set out to do something which is cool, and that kind of gives you the reason to get out the door in the first place. But then so often what you end up enjoying more is the things that you had never planned for, and this is exactly that. Yeah, there's no shrine, but it is a kind of an accomplishment. Like I've done the best I can to convey just how intense it was getting up here, but really, really cool trip. Another random adventure, provided I make it back down to the bottom, that I never forget. Don't regret a moment of it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below of some crazy place that you've been. Follow me on social media if you want to see more adventures like this as I'm out and about, going about, doing them. That was a bunch of abouts. How Canadian was it? And yeah, check out that Patreon page of mine if you want to get access to the growing share folder of photos where I'm taking pictures like I do on trips like this. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.